Hey guys, Cam for 15 back at it with another video for you guys. Back with another episode review of Oshi No Ko. And now this time we're finally in season 3, one of the more highly anticipated seasons for an anime to come out. Mostly Oshi No Ko because I know a lot of people they just don't like Oshi No Ko anymore, but I'm very intrigued to see why people absolutely hate Oshi No Ko. Mostly due to the ending, but we'll see as the weeks go on. Anyway, season 3 is finally here. Obviously, it feels like just yesterday I was talking about Oshi No Ko because I finally caught up with season 2 and reviewed it on the channel, and now we're here with season 3. So, yes. Now, the most interesting part about season 3 of Oshi No Ko is you can actually now watch it on two different websites. At first, it was only on Crunchyroll, and now it's back on High Dive. So I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know why it was on Crunchyroll first, and then now High Dive has the rights to stream it. But if you have one account, you can go watch Oshi No Ko on somewhere. But you know, it is what it is. So, anyways, let's get into Oshi No Ko season 3, and this was an interesting episode. Very exciting start to the kick of things with where the story could be going, and it's mostly around Aqua and mostly Kana and a little Ruby here and there. Jeez Louise, all right? So we basically start the episode off after a 6-month time skip. We kind of figure out what our characters have been up to. Aqua's kind of been out there doing some more acting things like TV shows and stuff like that. Ruby and the Kana and Mem are obviously doing bigger since the song they did at the end of season 2. They're getting bigger and they're doing more performances and things like that. So they're getting more well known, albeit we do see in this episode some people are starting to see like, hey, they ain't acting like they used to when we first saw them. Like, some fans can actually can tell like, oh, they're acting a little bit different now. Said fans in this like convenience store basically said, well, I wonder if it's because a new member is coming in to the fold, but they realistically don't know what's been going on. We have Kana having romance drama, and Ruby as well. She's on Demon Ruby arc. And we see that she's on Demon time. So there's that. Anyways, we see how Akane, on the other hand, she's getting gigs, doing all these movies and things like that. So she's doing really freaking good herself. And then at the same time, you know, she's dating obviously Aqua. We do see a conversation between the two where they basically talk about like it's been a while since we've seen each other. Akane says that she misses him, and Aqua does say he misses her too. So maybe at some point they see each other, right? Now, what we see kind of going on is we just see like after a performance, you know, or like a type of, you know, skit that they did, you know, Kana and Ruby, they kind of go their own way. And it's kind of just like Mem's off to herself and everything. So, you know, it's crazy because we see like Kana's depressed, and Ruby, well, she's not the Ruby that we've seen the first 2 seasons up until the end of season 2, and everything, right? So basically, with what's going on in the episode with Kana is the whole relationship thing with Aqua. So one, she's bummed out of the fact that that Aqua is now dating Akane, and at some point during this 6-month time skip, Aqua does tell her to her face, like, hey, I am dating Akane, right? And tells it to her face. Now, obviously, Kana is, we know, to be upset because Akane is her love rival, and we do know that she is in love and she has feelings for Aqua. And she gets fairly emotional about that, and she's upset about it. Now, at some point, Mem does talk to Kana, and they do have a conversation. And essentially, the conversation stems from the fact that Kana is sad that she feels like Aqua is avoiding her. Like they would do something for like obviously the idol stuff or something business related, and then after that they kind of just go their own separate ways. And it really actually does hurt Kana because it's like I don't know what I'm doing. Like it makes it feel like as if he hates me. Like did I do something for me to hate him? Did I do something? Does he not want me or does he like not trust me to be around him because he has a girlfriend? And she does actually, which crazy enough as it is, she actually does say like I will support his and Akane's relationship, which is quite shocking that she did say like she would support the relationship. Now deep down, I think she obviously eats away at her. And it's funny because I did watch another review, and another reviewer is like, is she desperate enough to try to, I don't want to say seduce Aqua, but lure Aqua from focusing off of Akane into her and maybe getting Aqua to break up with Akane to get with her. That's some devious shit right there. But well, I guess we would see. Now, personally, if you ask me, I do think Kana's probably Aqua's like best romance partner because even you kind of do see and you can kind of tell like Aqua kind of just agreed to start dating Akane strictly because obviously Akane started crying, getting emotional at the end of season 2 because she knew like, okay, this relationship is definitely over, right? And I just feel like, for me, I just feel like Aqua doesn't feel that type of way about Akane like he does more, about Kana because eventually Mem has a conversation with Aqua, which was actually a pretty interesting conversation. And basically, it's kind of the whole thing of Mem like, why are you doing this to Kana? Like, look, I know you like Kana deep down and everything. And obviously, this presses Aqua to basically force her and pin her down and basically explain to her, like, listen, the reason why I can't do something with Kana is because she's an idol. And the last thing is I need is a crazed fan seeing us together when we're maybe just hanging out as friends and they see us hanging out and they get the wrong idea and that said crazed fan thinks, oh, Kana this, Kana's mine, and if somebody can have Kana, if I can't have Kana, then that person can't have Kana, and maybe goes above and beyond and tries to kill Kana. And the whole thing is strictly, because he's being protective, and Mem can see like, holy shit, I thought like Kana was crazy about freaking Aqua. No, it seems like actually Aqua is crazy about Kana in that type of way too. And you can clearly tell that I think somewhere Aqua does have feelings for Kana. I think he does have feelings for Kana, but I feel like the reason why, even though may have feelings for her, the reason why he chose Akane is because he feels more comfortable like something like that wouldn't happen. Now, look, popular celebrities or popular idols or things like that, they're always subject to having these rabid fans and these rabid fan bases where you just have that one crazy fan that thinks like, oh, yada, 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 and everything. And realistically, albeit, yes, Aqua can have the right to feel the way he does, but it's like, wait, wouldn't the same go for Akane too? Like, what if she has a crazed fan? But then again, you think about it, it's like, well, they were both on that Love Now show in season 1, and the public from that show, thinks that they're actually an item when they were faking it, but the public already knows, like, hey, no, they're already in a serious relationship. So I think that's why he was okay with that, because it's like he can use the Love Now relationship, and people already know in public, oh, Akane and Aqua, yeah, they're dating, right? So even if they have their crazed fans, they already know, like, oh, well, yeah, that's the kind of the whole thing there, right? Now, as in the case of Kana, with her being an idol, she may have that one crazed fan, and Aqua, you see the despair on Aqua's face of like he doesn't want the same situation to happen like how happened with I. And I think the thing is, he's just traumatized from that moment, which it's interesting because he's an adult in a child's body. That even as an adult, like his consciousness, right? He's still traumatized by that. So it is kind of crazy how traumatizing that is for him. And it's the whole thing there. So that's kind of the reason why. But maybe they start to talk more. Maybe he does start to open up a bit more. Maybe he does have a conversation with Kana at some point where he apologizes and tells her, "Hey, look, I'm sorry for avoiding. I'm sorry for, like, I guess not talking to you, but like I don't mean it like that. It's just for these reasons. I just don't want you to get hurt." And maybe they do have to have that heart-to-heart conversation. I don't know. But I will say it is interesting for Aqua to be so worried about Kana, but at the same time not be worried about Akane. So we'll see that, right? And the last bit of the episode was kind of Ruby surprising Aqua, and basically getting him out of his shell in public on TV. And it's basically, Ruby basically, "Oh, well, this is my brother, ha 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 ha." And obviously, I was like, "What are you doing?" And it shows a little bit more of himself to the public, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't know you had a sister. Oh, I didn't know you acted like this. You never talked to us about that." And obviously, Aqua has his reasons why, because he's more closed in and everything. We actually do see Ruby actually at school talking to Frill and Minami, and essentially you see it to where Frill does say that she is a fan of Aqua. Now Ruby's like, "Well, my brother's already got a girlfriend, so he's taken. You can't claim him." And obviously Frill's like, "No, I would not want to even dare do something like that. And on top of it, I'd rather be a fan from a distance because I'd rather not get to know him on a personal level like that." Which, hey, Frill, I guess, takes the good stance of don't meet your idols, because typically you do meet your idols and they end up becoming not what you expect them to be. So that was definitely interesting to say the least there. And then you get left off on the cliffhanger where Ruby actually meets the old manager, or the old agent for her mom, which is crazy that Aqua never decided to meet up with this guy. He would definitely know, like, who has been around, with the fact that he was her agent, or her manager. So I don't know why Aqua never talked to this guy, but you see it to where Ruby's talking to this guy. And again, we know Ruby's whole thing is she's trying to get Aqua into the mode of trying to find the killer of their mom. So she's doing about it her own way. And it's funny enough, when the director was talking to Aqua about why Ruby set that whole thing up, he did make the mention, like, your sister's kind of calculating. So Aqua's kind of starting to see, like, oh shit, she actually is thinking outside the box for once. I've never seen her do this. So is that going to be like a conversation between the two, where Aqua and Ruby have a conversation where Aqua's like, "Hey, you good? Like, you did that and you've never done something like that before." And Ruby's probably just going to more than likely play it off like, "Oh, me? I was just thinking of you, brother." So yada yada yada. But really good start to episode 1 of season 3, and I'm definitely intrigued to see where this story is going to go. We did see their dad in the opening. I'm guessing that is the opening, but then again, who knows? Maybe it was just one of those openings where it's just animation. But we'll see. But anyways, if you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts, hit that subscribe button if you want to get more Oshi No Ko content or any other anime content I upload to the channel and things like that. But till then, guys, stay safe out there, have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.